Good morning, and thanks for joining us again on People's Television. This is the only program that gives you the opportunity to air your views on national TV, on international platform, if you ask me, because we are being viewed also across over 86 countries of the world. You can't get it better anywhere rather than on your station of choice, which is People's Television. It's a brand new Monday morning, spanning into the month of September, and the month is gradually, winding down. We just hope that we'll have, better days ahead as we gear up and in the build-up towards the general elections that's coming up in 2019. My name is Pius Samuel. I welcome you to today's edition of the show. New day. Yes, it's new day. And we hope that we'll be able to give you some new information that will help you navigate all through your activities today. Thank you so very much for finding our time to tune in. All the way from Katsina, Jos, Kaduna, Adamawa, Gombe, Bauchi, Port Harcourt, Lagos, Ibadan, Enugu, Akwa Ibom, wherever you're watching us from. I can't remember all of the states because I know that we have callers virtually from all the states. Yeah, Dutse, yes, from Dutse, who say thank you for finding our time to tune in today. All right, today it's going to be as interesting as ever, if not better, because we have some very interesting things we'll be talking about today. We'll be looking at the build-up to the general elections, especially the one coming up in Osun State in a couple of days from now. Over 40,000 policemen have been deployed to Osun State. And the question is, what are we likely to see? Because we've seen massive deployment of, security operatives in Ekiti State, and what we saw was massive vote buying, even as alleged, while security officers stand and look away. So, in Ekiti State, I think we had about 30,000, if I'm not mistaken, if I can still remember that figure. But in Osun State, we're going to see, the police are taking the number a step higher, Yeah, in Ekiti State, we had about 15,000, and in Osun State, we have about, in Osun State, we're having about 15, but there are some other figures, saying about 40. But how many thousand are we going to see being deployed into that elections? Don't forget quickly that in Ekiti, we had a massive deployment, both military, civil defense, Nigerian police, and other security operatives. But yet what we saw was massive votes buying. INEC has also come out to say they are going to, do everything within their purview to ensuring that those that will be engaged in vote buying in Osun State will be drastically dealt with. Well, we just hope that's not going to be a political statement or a statement wished on papers and on tabloids, and the nitty-gritty of implementation will be left out. We just hope that INEC will do the needful in ensuring that those that will be caught in the act of vote buying should be prosecuted, because they aren't doing our political process any good. They are not portraying the image of our country, to the outside world as people who are actually developing. You cannot develop in such an awkward manner. That's not, the right step to take as far as development is concerned. So we just hope that INEC will do the needful. They will also, bring to book anybody, no matter how highly placed, that will be found guilty in engaging his or herself in vote buying. Then also a word of caution to our money-back politicians. You don't just go and come back and give us, some stipends at the expense of our future. The future is better and bigger and brighter, if you ask me, than the 2 naira you want to just drop it and just leave like that. It's not really going to help us in any way possible. It's not going to help us in any way possible. So we just hope that INEC will do the needful, security operatives will do the needful. Let's have at least, if for once, a credible election devoid of vote buying. Let the people decide. Let the card reader work, and let the election, and the will of the people take the day. All right, we'll see more of that in Osun State, talking about the governorship election, coming out, even though the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has also come out to say that they did not freeze the account of their delegates as alleged sometime last week. But let's just hope that that's not also, a kind of game plan. Vote buying and non-payment of salaries, others worry Anglican Church. The Anglican Church, the Anglican community is also not keeping quiet in all of the process, and they have come out to say vote buying and non-payment of salaries and other critical issues is now becoming a source of worry for the Christian body. They are talking in respect of the forthcoming governorship election in Osun State. Okay, the government, like we know, is not also keeping quiet in all of this. They are making massive efforts to ensuring that that election is devoid of violence, is devoid of intimidation, and also devoid of some of the electoral vices that we are used to, especially talking about vote buying and ballot box snatching. Okay, Osun State is really in the news today, but all we need to do is to ensure that the election comes and go freely without the loss of life of any Osun indigene or any other person residing in that particular part of the country. Now, how true this is, we don't know, so let's just leave it out. Now, in Bayelsa communities, about 4 communities have been, washed away by flood. And on this program, we always tell you before we wrap the program up that you should try as much as you can not to block waterways, because if you do that, then you are actually inviting trouble for yourself. This year we didn't have the August break. The August break is always a time where there won't be any rainfall. It rained almost all through the month of August. And at the end of the day, if the waterways are not cleared, then we'll have communities being washed out. We'll have flood hitting our rooms, hitting our houses, and all of that. All right, I need to bring you up to speed of some of the things happening in and around our country, especially as it relates to the Osun State governorship election and the weather that we have found ourselves, talking about the rainy season. At this point, I'll take a short break, and when I return, we'll go into more discussion, and it will be very detailed, I can bet you. So don't go anywhere. New Day continues right after this break. Please stay.
People's Television Nigeria has gone mobile. You can now watch PTV Nigeria on the go anywhere in the world. For real-time notifications, just go to Google Play Store if you're on Android or Apple Store if you're on iOS. Search for PTV Nigeria. Download. It's free. It's easy. And now you can catch up with the latest news analysis and political discourse on the go. So stay connected with PTV, Nigeria's #1 online TV.
We got a 24/7 light, we got water, we got the best amenities, and when I don't feel like going out, I just watch TV.
Nice. Star Times, right?
Come on, man. Can you get Fox TV on Star Times? Ebony Live TV? Discovery Family? Please.
Yes, no.
We get all that and more channels safe. The Star Times Classic Bouquet Reloaded is the best deal.
The best.
Well, if you're paying over 10,000 Naira for a cable plan, then it has to be good.
Thank you, kid. We pay 1.9.
Choose it.
Get the best deals on channels like Fox TV, Ebony Live TV, ST Nollywood Plus, Discovery Family, and much more with Star Times Classic Bouquet Reloaded for only 1,900 Naira from September 1st to October 31st, 2018. Don't miss out on all the drama, action, and comedy on Star Times. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
Breaking news. MTN gives 2,000% bonus for reactivating your MTN SIM.
That's right. If you haven't used your MTN SIM for 45 days or more, recharge now and get 2,000% bonus. That's right, 2,000% bonus for your first recharge of every month.
What's stopping you? Are you too tired? Didn't get enough sleep? Don't have enough energy? Don't have enough time? Is that what's stopping you right now? Don't have enough money? Is that the thing? Or is the thing that's stopping you, you?
Excuses sound best to the person that's making them up. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Get off the pity potty. Telling everybody your sad and sob stories, trying to get people to show up to your pity potties and your pity parades. If you ever see me in a Rolls Royce, a 6 or 7-star hotel, living my life to the fullest, don't get jealous of me, because I worked my ass off to get it. Nobody handed me nothing. Wake your ass up. Awaken the beast inside. It's game on. It's go season. It's time for you to take advantage of the access and the resources that you have in your country and your community. You got a problem with your life. You got a problem with your environment. Do something about it. If you want it, go get it.
Recognize the excuses are not valid. They're conjured up, they're fabricated, they're lies. And how do you stop the lies? You stop the lies with the truth. And the truth is, you have time. You have the skill, you have the knowledge and the support and the willpower and the discipline to get it done.
The fruit of everything good in life begins with a challenge. Everything is uphill that's worthwhile. And it's not going to come to you, and it's not going to fall in your lap, and it's not going to be something that, oh my God, it just was so simple. It's always going to be difficult.
If you want it, you gotta go get it.
This is your chance. This is your shot. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your place. This is your opportunity.
This is my time. This is my moment. Tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Ain't no such thing as tomorrow. We only got today. It's your dream. If you wanted to have it, get your butt up and make it happen. If you wanted to have it, rise and grind.
You still got work to do. Stay on that basketball court. Stay on that football field. It's grind season, homie.
Everybody's got a dream. Everybody's got a goal. What's the plan? Your plan has got to be clear, concise, compelling, consistent, and committed. You've got to have a plan.
Don't go to bed without a plan of how you're going to handle the next day.
You have to work at it every day. You have to plan.
Productivity is never an accident. I want you to understand that it's not going to happen by luck.
Success is cause and effect, not magic luck or magic fairy dust. Success is easy. It's making a plan and executing the plan every day. Make a plan, work the plan. Make a plan, work the plan. And whenever the plan doesn't work, you change the plan. That's called failure. It's called learning a lesson. It's called adjusting. If you do the work and you do it for a long enough time, you will be successful, period.
Whatever it is you're bold enough to dream, if you are intentional and deliberate about it, every single day, if you do a little, you're going to wake up one day and your dreams are going to be a reality.
The shortcut is a lie. The hack doesn't get you there. And if you want to take the easy road, it won't take you to where you want to be. To reach goals and overcome obstacles and be the best version of you possible will not happen by itself. It will not happen cutting corners, taking shortcuts, or looking for the easy way. There is no easy way. There is only hard work, late nights, early mornings, practice, rehearsal, repetition, study, sweat, blood, toil, frustration, and discipline. Discipline, the root of all good qualities, the driver of daily execution. Discipline defeats the infinite excuses that say, not today, not now, I need a rest, I'll do it tomorrow. There is only one way, the way of discipline.
There's power in consistency. There's power in doing something over and over and over and over again. There's power in practice.
And your problem is you are on beast mode Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 10 a.m. to 12, beast mode, 1 to 5.
You keep starting and stopping and starting and stopping.
I challenge you. I challenge you to make up the gap. I challenge you to go from average. I challenge you to go from good. I challenge you to go from great. And I challenge you to be phenomenal. I challenge you to live in beast mode, because beast mode makes more money than average does, period.
When you are a true hunter, you don't go by time, you go by the gazelle. You don't hunt from 8 to 3, why? Because the gazelle may not be open from 8 to 3. You hunt until you get a gazelle, and you don't stop until you get one. And then you get another, and then you get another, and you get another.
We're glad to have you back from that break. Like I told you, we'll be delving into the real issue at hand today. I have in the studio with me Daniel Ogbosa. Daniel, good morning.
Morning, Pius. It's a beautiful Monday morning here in the nation's capital, and we are here at another week again. It is the 17th day in the month of September. How time flies, how the month is really, really going fast. But issues of the politics still a talking point for we in the media, those at the political corridor, those that are monitoring the issues and things that are going on in the polity. But nonetheless, we know that one of the issue that is up front right now is talking about the primaries and how INEC has come out to say repeatedly that they are ready to monitor the primaries of all 91 political parties that we have so far. Not forgetting also that 80 political parties have already approached INEC for them to come monitor their primaries. That's a whole lot of work on INEC's part. Trust me, INEC has a whole lot to do. And all of these things will now boil back to, some people who are of this school of thought that INEC as a body needs to be unbundled, because there's so much as for INEC to do as a body. And many have come to say maybe if they're unbundled, maybe there can be more efficiency. The time I had a civil rights person here who said that if we can have a smaller body or agency responsible for voter registration and issuance of cards, they have another one for complaint, and that one also is in charge of prosecution. They have another one conducting the elections proper. That is their job. Prepare for the elections 4 years ahead, conduct the elections, by elections, all of these things. I think it will make INEC more efficient and less of these issues, because right now the INEC is trying to seek for some small law, some judicial backing or some constitutional backing to criminalize vote buying. It will still fall on this present INEC that we have, which makes the work more cumbersome, which means INEC would probably need to employ the service of some part of the security agencies to come help them in making arrests and also making prosecutions. So, but there's one part of this 2019 election that we're not actually looking at. Well, is the so much task that is on the institution called INEC. They have so much to do. We just pray and hope that they get their acts together and conduct a proper, free and fair, credible elections, as we hope to have a hitch-free, violent-free election come 2019. I mean, monitoring the primaries of 80 political parties, Pius, it's a Herculean one. It's a Herculean, but we just have faith in them that they would do the right thing and do their job well.
Yeah, we just hope that our faith will not be dashed at the end of the day, because either we like it or not, 80 political parties, spanning across the country. If you look at the landmass and the geographical disposition of our country, it's not going to be an easy one for the Independent National Electoral Commission. But putting all of this together, I hope they have what it takes, to monitor all of these political parties. And don't forget that their budget has not yet been approved. We just hope that will not also, to a large extent, affect their level of delivery, in the midst of all of these challenges. But having said that, yes, like you rightly posited, INEC needs to be unbundled, and the unbundling should be done with, special considerations on some of the, added responsibilities given to the Commission. Because if you need to unbundle INEC, sincerely, you have to really understand how they carry out their activities, especially in the areas of prosecution and arrest. I think in the Electoral Act, they have the power to prosecute, but we are yet to see if that will see the light of the day. But having said that, 80 political parties is not really going to be easy for them, and immediately after that, campaigns will also, commence and all that. But we just hope that this present crop of INEC staff will be able to do the needful in ensuring that we have a hitch-free party primaries across the country. It's just barely 150 days to the election, and if we don't get it right this time around, I am a little bit worried or perturbed if we're really going to get it right come 2023, because from the 2015 general elections that we saw, we expected by this time that INEC should have improved. You have 4 years, 4 years free of, of election, except for pockets of, rerun here and there, which is not too big a tax for you to carry out. But in the space of 4 years, I expected INEC to have moved, from where they were 4 years ago, to a particular level, so that in the next 4 years they will also move and all of that. Gradually, I am seeing a situation whereby we delve into electronic voting. In as much as it has been test-run in Kaduna State, I expected INEC to, also get that technology, and maybe try it in Ekiti and now Osun State, so that they will have a kind of idea of how they are going to go about it, maybe come 2023. But that has not been done. We are yet to hear, if any step has been taken towards that direction. But if we really, really want to make our elections and our, political space much more credible, we need to start, involving technology. We need to start, bringing in technological, advancement that has made elections in other parts of the world more credible into our own system, so that we'll be able to sit back and say, yes, we are actually a developing country, but we are, not where we used to be, and we are not where we want to be, but we are a step forward, from where we were.
Very true, Pius. It's something that we have been saying here on the show, that we need to start to, think about ways of improving our electioneering process. INEC needs to begin to, at the end of an election, need to, probably when you do your appraisals and you do your vetting and, place yourself and you see where you've got it wrong, you need to begin to think of the next general elections immediately. Set things in motion. Test run some of this. Like you said, if you have test run this electronic voting in Kaduna Council elections, why not test run it also at the reruns that we had, this pocket of by-elections that we had in Katsina, in Kogi, why not try this out? Now Osun is coming up. I mean, if they had tried this out, trust me, it would have been a step better as we approach Osun elections. And all of these things would have been, a lot more better for the for the whole process. But by and large, I mean, there are lots of talks that, yes, they'll get it right this time and all of that. But one thing also we need to check as a country is our political party system, Pius. We will get to a time when we would have over 200 political parties in this country. and I mean, we were talking the other day that we don't know how they want to print, the ballot paper, but it will be quite long. 91 logos, 91 boxes. And then, trust me, when you raise that issue of the possibility of us having invalid votes, it is, if you sit back and think about it, it is very, very possible because it is ink. And when you put that thumb on it, you fold it, and even if you don't fold it, you still put it somehow, the box will shake. The ink will still touch another political party, and then you now feel like, okay, that one is invalid, and then we keep going back and forth on this. But we just hope that INEC gets their act together now.
That's very true.
Pius, the story that made the headlines between Thursday, Friday, even throughout the weekend, is the story of APC in Lagos State, the difference between Tinubu and his godson. I mean, many are thinking, what has gone wrong? Where did the son get it wrong that the father is not happy with him? One man, Sanwo Olu, who seemed to be, who may likely to be the beneficiary of all of this feud right now, he has picked up his form, and he has he's promised to clear perennial gridlock and restore values in Lagos State. I mean, there have been lots of interventions going on, lots of talking going on between Governor Ajimobi, Vice President Oshibajo, and Buhari himself. There have been lots of talking, but it doesn't seem like Tinubu wants to budge this time. It doesn't seem like he wants to, let his guards down. He's made up his mind. Although a video came out late last week about Tinubu's wife going to visit the governor, more like saying all issues are sorted, no problem, we're fine, we see the work you're doing, we're supporting all of that. And then the next morning we're still hearing
a different narrative.
Out and saying no, he's still adamant on and the fact that Ambode has to go anyways. The PDP wants to take advantage of this opportunity and call on Ambode to say, you know what, if they don't give you ticket,
just come.
Give you ticket, come over.
We have it free of charge. Yeah, that's true. We've said it over and again on the show that in the build-up to the 2019 general elections, we'll see a whole lot of intrigues and dramas and a whole lot of comedy coming out from the political space. And what we're seeing in Lagos State is one of those comedies that we've been expecting. For anyone that has traveled to Lagos recently, you definitely see how Lagos State is, and you definitely know that someone is actually in charge of the affairs of Lagos. But for the Jagaban himself to come out and turn his back at someone he anointed 3-4 years ago, that is to tell you that all is not well. Maybe the governor is not playing towards what the former governor expected. And don't forget, once there is a godfather somewhere, it's either the godfather is demanding for money, or is demanding for special favors, or he wants his people to be appointed into your cabinet. You want to force people down your throat. And meanwhile, you as a governor, maybe you have a different ideology altogether. And don't forget, this is a man that went to Osun State and told the Kabiyesi that he is richer than Osun State, that nobody has his money in Osun State. So if you put one on one together, you begin to ask yourself, guy, where did you get this money from? How did you manage to amass this wealth? These are some of the questions, on the lips of Nigerians, and they are also calling the EFCC to swing into action. But up to now, we are yet to see anything of such. And now he's trying to bring in someone who will be loyal to him, into the government house in Lagos State. What exactly is Ambode's sins? Nobody has told us that, okay, his sins are X, Y, Z.
Exactly.
Nobody has told us that, okay, he insulted the Jagaban himself. Nobody has told us that, okay, there is a percentage that is supposed to be remitting. He's not remitting it, or he's being rude, and all of that. So let's just hope that all of this political drama will come to pass, and the people of Lagos State should be the beneficiaries of all of this, rather than having two gladiators coming to the field, maybe Onikon Stadium, and they are busy fighting and nobody is watching.
The one thing I keep asking myself, Pius, when the reports came out, it was more like Ambode has fallen out with Tinubu, and so his chances of clinching the APC ticket for the governorship elections in Lagos is not clear. Now, my question is, because I have a fallout with a man, does it mean that that is a threat to my political ambition?
Yeah, you know, all these things are political intrigues, either we like it or not. And either we like it or not, there's no way Ambode could have gotten to that position without, you know, the endorsement of the Jagaban himself, talking about Tinubu. So for him not to be able to manage that relationship that took him or that brought him into power, you know, for the first 3-4 years, you know, for me it was something that really need to be looked into. And don't forget, there were times that, you know, story broke out that the State House of Assembly were planning to impeach him, you know, before we had a rebuttal saying that no, there is nothing of such. And you know, politics, when some things come out to, you know, to the public, you know, knowledge as impeachment and all of that, there might be truth embedded in it. Maybe because someone else is not happy and he went to leak the secret. That's why, you know, the House is saying, no, we did not, there is no any plan of such. But by and large, in all of this, I just feel that, you know, both men should come to the talking table, sit across the table and talk about issues, because at the end of the day, it's the masses, the over how many million in Lagos that will be the ones that will suffer the brunt, you know, and these people, they will go back to their highbrow areas where there is light 24 hours, where the roads, you know, are pothole free, where the street lights are working, where water supply is 24/7, where security is up to par, you know, where you can walk in the middle of the night and nobody harasses you. But the average Lagosian, you know, living in K2-My-12, living in Ajegunle, will be the one suffering the brunt, you know. So for me, I think they should go back to the drawing table, sit down and address your issues, and let peace reign, so that development can actually reach the common man who is struggling every day to put one square meal, you know, on the table. So that's just it for me. All right, we'll take a short break, Daniel, at this point, so that we can hit the phone lines open for our viewers to contribute on the topic we'll be putting out today. We'll take a short break at this point, and when we come back, the program continues, so please stay.
We got the 24/7 light, we got water, we got the best amenities, and when I don't feel like going out, I just watch TV.
Nice. Star Times, right?
Come on, man. Can you get Fox TV on Star Times? Ebony Live TV? Discovery Family? Please.
Yes, no.
We get all that and more channels safe. The Star Times Classic Bouquet Reloaded is the best deal.
The best?
Well, if you're paying over 10,000 Naira for a cable plan, then it has to be good.
Thank you, kid. We pay 1.9.
Choose it.
Get the best deals on channels like Fox TV, Ebony Live TV, ST Nollywood Plus, Discovery Family, and much more with Star Times Classic Bouquet Reloaded for only 1,900 Naira from September 1st to October 31st, 2018. Don't miss out on all the drama, action, and comedy on Star Times. Star Times. Enjoy digital life.
People's Television Nigeria has gone mobile. You can now watch PTV Nigeria on the go, anywhere in the world. For real-time notifications, just go to Google Play Store if you're on Android or Apple Store if you're on iOS. Search for PTV Nigeria. Download. It's free. It's easy. And now you can catch up with the latest news analysis and political discourse on the go. So stay connected with PTV, Nigeria's #1 online TV.
Television Nigeria has gone mobile. You can now watch PTV Nigeria on the go anywhere in the world with real-time notifications. Just go to Google Play Store if you're on Android or Apple Store if you're on iOS. Search PTV Nigeria, download, it's free, it's easy. Now you can catch up with the latest news analysis and political discourse on the go. So stay connected with PTV, Nigeria's #1 online TV.
Oh my God. Oh, oh, oh.
Election is when we elect our leaders who represent us. And election is my right as a citizen of this country.
Election is a voting process. Election is a voting process, like vote a candidate for a leadership.
It's more like my right to choose the country's leader. My own part to play about it.
Say from layman point of view, is any activity that is aimed at putting people in a position of authority.
It's a platform, an avenue for people to elect those or get into offices, those that they want to represent them.
An election is simple now. It's just people choosing one or two people. The society choosing a number of people to represent, to lead, to coordinate, to do administration. All right.
And now you want my trust once more.
Before you can say, what an election is, there has to be an electorate. Somebody has to, vote, you understand, in an election for people of authority to get into power.
The vote is the power of the electorate. All right, so the people brings their power to the table during an election. That's what it is.
I think it's more like us having a say of who goes there to represent us, of who we talk to, that will guide us aright, and give us the benefit of that. Oh, let me not use the word a past one. Or give us the benefit that what we need is what we're going to get.
Between the electorate and the election itself, the electorate are supposed to willingly vote according to their conscience, according to what they feel that the capabilities of whoever they want to elect into offices can do.
The electorate, they have the power to elect their leaders because this is a democratic setting, and you know what the meaning of democracy is. Democracy is government of the people, for the people, and by the people. So it is our right as the electorate to elect our leaders.
Only God can judge you now. Only God can judge you now.
Come on, you can't buy my